Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Gaming and Console Tech first of all, and my first proper video in, what, a good few months. And the reason for that will become apparent, I promise you. Now, what I've been doing for the last few months, and the reason I haven't updated any kind of content, or, well, proper content I'll say, proper video content, the reason being, there's been a lot on the old plate, you know what I mean? First of all, obviously, as you guys know, I've been busy with my two lads, both of which are basically autistic, so obviously they take a little bit of work, but not going too much into that. I don't like talking about that. Doesn't make them any less normal. But, now, if you remember last year, me and my wife I've been trying for a baby for quite some time, roughly about 7 years-ish. It was 6 years last year, so yeah, 7 years this year. And basically, with no prevail, we basically kind of took a different option. Now, due to obviously all the information we were given about myself and my wife, we were told that basically there's a little less. Well, I say a little less. It was quite a lot less percentage than that we'd conceive, and basically it all went tits up, basically. And sorry, I'm looking out the window as well because I'm trying to think of what to say while I'm doing it, while I'm saying it. Now, we were told around about 15%. We were told about trying to conceive, and it was gutting. So we went for the next best option, which was adoption. That, however, didn't go so well. Well, it went perfectly up until one point and then just exploded. Left me and my wife quite upset, quite gutted, and basically, obviously, as you guys know, I've got a history of depression and things like that, and that all started to rekindle itself. So, yeah, that was a shitter, basically. That pissed us off quite a bit. However, the beginning of this year, now I've already done a video I believe, but my wife fell pregnant, and basically we've been a bit obsessed with that, basically getting the room ready and things like that for obviously a new baby. Takes a lot of work from what I remember. So yeah, it's been a fucking roller coaster ride essentially. It's been very I want to say traumatic, but not traumatic, more exciting and daunting, because obviously it's been such a long time since we've done it. It's been like 8 years since my youngest was born, so yeah, it's been a ride, essentially, so yeah. But, however, we've been for scans and things like that. Apparently there's a chance of this baby being ectopic as well, which I'm not sure what that means. It's something to do with baby getting stuck and things like that, but basically that's all been cleared up. No ectopic or anything like that. So we're on the road to having another baby. And to top it all off, we're also after a girl, and it's a girl. So yeah, we're quite impressed. So yeah, we're on track with that anyway. But that's the reason I've not been around for quite some time. We've been basically building cots, building cupboards, building fucking. Basically, we're not rich, so we've had to kind of improvise with like little bits and pieces, like frilly bits and pieces. So my wife, she sells bits and pieces online, basically like little trinket boxes and things like that, and she does all kinds of stuff, honest to God. She's a mastermind, she's wonderful at it, honest to God. But she's been making all these little bits for the baby's room as well, so awesome stuff. But yeah, it's taken a lot of time to kind of get round and get sorted, but however, back to this video. I've rambled on for 4 minutes. I'm sure you guys aren't here to hear me ramble. But anyway, that's the reason I've been away for so long. Now, if you've noticed behind me, all this back here, I've shown it off a few times. Obviously, the camera's on a bit of a tilt, so you won't be able to see all of it. But, however, this is going to be my full, pretty much gaming setup. And because you guys have waited so long, I was meant to update a second part to my last one, and it just didn't happen. We ended up doing all the other bits and pieces, and it went all up in the air. So yeah, that was that. But, however, I'm going to give you guys something else as well, because obviously you've been so patient waiting for me. and obviously the subscribers that I've got, you guys, you know, you've waited so long for it, so why not? But yeah, I'm going to do this setup and obviously the room setup. It's actually mine and my wife's. We both play each setup. Technically, I've got 3 setups in the same room. They're not huge, just so you know. All these up here used to be over near where my PC were, or was, but that is basically, I'll show you basically. But yeah, that's all basically HD stuff now, whereas this is my standard setup and everything else. But that is essentially what I'm going to show you today. But I'm going to give you an added bonus of showing you basically our entertainment setup downstairs. I've done quite a bit of work on it. Put some LEDs around the main TV so that obviously when we watch a film, say it's, I don't know, a futuristic film, we can on blue, or basically we can turn it to red, green, whatever, or we can make it strobe. But yeah, that's that. So, you know, I'll get on with that. However, I'm going to say I'm going to have to turn off the camera myself because I'm the only one in at the moment. Everybody else is out, so I am literally my own cameraman. So bear with me, guys, and I will switch you guys over, and I'll see you in 2 minutes. Right, so guys, gaming setup. Now, I'm going to start off from obviously the modern stuff and work my way down to retro stuff, essentially, which is that way. So yeah, we'll do that now. But first of all, my AC3. Let's face it, I've had that for years, so if you've watched any previous setup videos of mine, you'll know that I love my Assassin's Creed, although lately it has got a little stale, which is a shame because they are good games. But anyway, moving on. Up on the top, you've got my Joker picture, which I actually got off my wife's mum, my mother-in-law. She bought me that, and I framed it. It's absolutely awesome. I just love it to bits, it's awesome. But I felt the need to put that behind the Batman LED light, which I got off my sister-in-law, which was quite cool. I like that. On the top, as you can probably see, we do watch a lot of telly upstairs when we're on our own, so we've got Sky HD box. If you're in America, that's your cable box, essentially. Also, my PS3 controller's at that side over there. Xbox controller, well, Xbox 360, PS3 controller. My Xbox One, moving onto this side, my PS3, and on top of that you've actually got my Xbox One controller, which has Street Fighter 5 nubs on it. I don't know if you can see, there you go, Street Fighter 5 nubs on it. You've also got my Vita, which I love to bits, just do, and all these are chargers, by the way, that they're housed on, they're not just docks. Also my Vita, and then you've also got my PS3 controller over here, with the same nubs on as well, so yeah. That's all working through this. Now, I do have a thing about wires. I've been hiding wires for ages. Focus camera. But yeah, I've been really trying to hide all the wires. The only wires I haven't managed to sort is those damn things over there, which is really starting to irritate me. But still, that's all working through that. I am hoping at some point to get a new telly, just because, not because it's broken, but because it has no output for sound. It has an input for a PC sound, but it doesn't have any input for, say, that soundbar. So I've had to get an audio extractor, an HDMI audio extractor. Problem is, the PS4 won't work through it, whereas the Xbox One will. So yeah, that's the pain in the ass. But still, hey. But yeah, the soundbar absolutely sounds great. Awesome stuff. That's all housed on my cupboard there, and there's actually claws hanging out of there. Fucker. Sorry. I'm a bit of a temperamentalist when it comes to that. But yeah, that's one setup. That's my current gen setup. Now, this is where I've done a lot of the work. Now, if you remember, all my retro consoles used to be on there. At the moment, my Kingdom Hearts poster, which is, I love that, like tie-dye effect. It's actually fabric, that as well. I've had to kind of iron it out and put it underneath the surround. And then you've got my Dragon Ball Xenoverse poster, and then Monsters poster. And then you've got all these things on here. I absolutely love these. My Goku, which came with the game of Xenoverse, I got the special edition for pretty much 15 quid. And it was brand new as well, so I wasn't complaining. Dragon Ball with Goku with Shenron, Super Saiyan Goku, and then Super Saiyan Trunks, and then you've got a few pops on there as well. 2 Assassin's Creed and Vegeta. And then you've got a few other bits and pieces that I've kind of accumulated. I kind of like these ones, so all I know is that that one's from Dark Void. I still haven't played that game, Dark Void. It's a weird game. Now, the PC. Now, if you can see on there, I can't... PS3 is actually there. All this is hooked up through this monitor, including my Xbox 360. Through the speakers there. The subwoofer is actually down there. There we go. HDMI splitter for that telly. And then obviously you've got my headphones and earphones and whatnot. But that is my PC there. It's just a mini PC. It does me fine. I don't do any PC gaming, so there's no point in me having something with like 8 gig of RAM or anything like that. It's only, I think, 2 or maybe 4 gig of RAM that. But yeah, it's all good. Got my coffee. Everyone needs a coffee. And that has LEDs behind there. In the night, I will show you this during the night. It looks amazing. It's going to look even more amazing because I did mention in my last video that I had something I was waiting for. I'll show you that in a minute. And then you've got the 2 mobile consoles there with the chargers which I've hooked on there. So yeah, that's that. And then the thing I was waiting for was that. My 3D Illusion light. It's only an LED light, but it's very thin, very dainty, and from the front it looks 3D. Looks amazing, to be honest. It looks absolutely wicked. And then you've got some of my favourite CDs. I'll just put my hand on the camera. Some of my favourite CDs. So yeah, that's pretty much those 2 setups, guys. Now, what I'll do, I'll cover the retro setup in a second. And then I will be right with you. I'll just switch over to the other one. But I'll show you where that is now. I'm in the thing there. Mind the mess behind me. That's my wife's side of the bed. She's currently doing stuff. But my retro setup is just across from my HD setup. So yeah, there you go. Okay guys, I won't be a second. I shall switch you over to that.